Hello everybody, Steve here from Steve's Garage. Hope everybody's doing good today. It is Saturday here in Massachusetts and it is January or February 4th, I think, 5th, who cares, somewhere in there. Still working on the Duesenberg Model A here, Duesenberg copy. So I've got the windshield, if you watch the videos, I've got the windshield done and all welded in, and I'm starting to prepare to get ready to take this thing apart. So I'm going to take the wood off today and I'll show you how I made that. And before I start, I've got a little magnet here. This is a great little tool to, a lot of times you just take the blower and blow everything around. But I find that if I blow drillings from my drilling holes and stuff, they stick in my shoes and I want to bring them in the house. Not a good thing. So I'm just quickly going to pick up with a magnet and I'll show you. Get all these drillings. I drilled in my last 4 mounting body mount bolts. Now look at that. That's all drill filings that will wind up either on my floor, then stuck in my shoes, then drag it into the house. So it has a little plunger here you pull off and they all fall off. So I'll go over in the trash and put them in there. And that comes off nice and clean, like that there. We'll pick up the rest of it here. That's like the last of it I got, just about all of it. So, take that, stick it to the fender. Now I will blow it out, so I don't want the particles on my back, my clothes either. Inspector's here, Inspector Earl. Keep an eye on things. What do you think? Pretty good? Yeah, pretty good. So, blow the car out. Now I've got these pieces screwed on from underneath, so I've got to get inside here. Got my handy light so I can see. My glasses so I can see. Oh. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 9 screws holding that piece on. Live action. So, there you have it. Let me get rid of these screws. Set the light off. Do that. Let's just show you this piece here. Of course, this is all walnut, all right? A lot of people call walnut black walnut or dark walnut. But walnut is walnut. And this is the same wood that they use on gun stocks. So if you own a shotgun or a rifle, it's the same wood they use. And so this is, in this raw state. You see the color difference. And I've got just a couple coats of a water-based polyacrylic on here, and then I'll finish it up with 3 or 4 coats of exterior waterproof finish. So this is walnut. You can see where I traced it out. Then I cut it to size. These pieces here, I use pocket screws. You can see that. Pocket screws, you use a pocket hole jig. It's actually a company called Craig Jig. They're the guys who started it all, a kid named Craig. And genius little invention. And it gets you that pocket screw, and then you have a long bit and you screw these pieces in. So this piece here, the side pieces, I glued together, I think it was 11 plies of plywood, not plywood. This is walnut that I ripped down. As you can see there, all the different layers all glued together. See, that end piece will show you really well. All glued together, all right? And this is a piece I cut on my bandsaw, which was one of these pieces here. It might even have been that from that piece right there. And it was just kind of eyeballing it in. And then I sanded it in place to fit, and it came out pretty good. So it was a lamination, glued, clamped in place, and then all ground down and cut to fit. So this isn't for the weary, isn't for a beginner, I don't think. And because I've been doing woodwork, I'm a master carpenter, I've been doing cabinet building and construction. I built new homes and additions and drew all my own blueprints, and have a construction license, a construction supervisor's license in Massachusetts. And let me get rid of this piece. And so this is something the average homeowner probably couldn't do, but it worked out very well, and I couldn't be happier with it. So let me put this piece away. I'm going to take the pieces on the door off here. These also are screwed in from underneath. Easier said than done. So these are the side pieces on the door and driver's side. And then I had to rip a little to make it work because I have this piece bent over the door. I don't know if you can see that from there, but the door skin is bent over, and then this piece is notched out to make it even. So that's one side. So I've been slowly working towards the ultimate goal of getting this car disassembled and ready for paint. And a couple odds and ends I had to get done. And in other videos I've kind of talked about them. But I can take the camera off and show you once I put these pieces away here. So in the last few videos, you saw that I had made this by hand. This is a semi-replica of a Duval windshield. And I'm going to pull back a little bit on the camera here. And I just have one last thing to do, and I want to fill all this in inside here. And I've already filled this side in over here, and I've welded all this in, a couple odds and ends spots that I've still got to touch up and all that stuff. But for the most part, it came out pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. These are glass patterns. The glass fits into these tracks. I still got a little cleaning up to do on this piece. Had a little weld burn through there. So but for the most part, the tracks are all in pretty good shape. Got some finish sanding to do on them. And all in all, there's something I've been looking at for a year going, I either have to buy one or try to make one, and then finally biting the bullet on it. There's a lot of weld repair, not repair, but more metal needs to go in to finish up the welding, But for right now, I'm very happy with it. Couldn't be happier with what this thing is, what it started out as, basically nothing. And there you go. Duval windshield. Still have some detailing to do up in here, So, again, said it a million times, but very happy. I think I even impressed myself on this one. Another thing that we talked about in other videos, someone asked, am I going to use this engine? And yes, I'm going to use the original Model A engine. We're going to take it apart and clean it up and all that and check it out with compression. And if we have to do work on it and rings and valves, whatever we got to do. Just haven't gotten to that point yet. Here in another last video, I showed you that I had to put some steel in here. So this piece here is going to be where I hook on to drag this whole body up. I'll put a sling on the back here, a sling in the front area, and pick this thing up with my winch, which is right up here. So this winch will drag this off. This is what I did with my last car. Use the body, use that to drag the body off. I put it on a rolling cart and can move it around the shop at free will. So these were the body mount screws. And again, I use hardened bolts for the hold the body down, and then I will have hardened lock nuts that go on here and lock washers, so this thing won't go anywhere. So I've got 4 in the cockpit area, I've got 2 more in the rear, and I've still got to weld on tabs up front here, but I'm going to have 2 locking down in here, 1 on each side, and that's that. So just a little bit more to do on that, and but it's coming along great. Couldn't be happier. Trying to take you on this whole excursion with me. I wish I had started. This car is now 1 year old. I started this January of last year. So, you know, please, again, like and subscribe. And we're going to keep on going. And we'll see if we can get it done. So, thank you very much, everybody. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.